So there was an Arabic version of slave trade
Yes.
in East Africa and some parts of West
too.
Africa, yeah. And then there was Atlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
When people, in particular Islamophobes and some of these Christian missionaries, deliberately try to put both models in the same basket, they are either extremely evil, deliberately lying to people, or they are ignorant about the history of the two
For
traditions.
me, as an African myself, I would put them in the same basket.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Wait, hold on. The moment you step into another continent and say, you must do as I do while I put you in chains, it's the same thing.
Let's talk about it.
If you try to, trying to make your version of slavery like Disneyland, it's not going to work with me. It won't work.
When did I say it's Disneyland?
But you're trying to make it cuter than
No.
translate.
When did I say cuter? Let's talk about it. Show me a bloody triangle.
Huh?
You know the bloody triangle?
No, I don't know what that is.
You don't know about it?
No, I don't know what that is.
No, before
Okay,
the,
wait.
Before the bloody trial.
Wait. I'm talking to him now, please. I'm done with you. Okay. I'm not a historian, so I'm done. You've proven it. So let me get.
Educate me, because I don't know what the blood.
So the problem is now there's an issue because you don't know about the Atlantic slave trade. You won't be able to do a comparison, and I'm sure you haven't read about the Arabic model as well. You haven't. Have you read any books on this? Have you read specifically on these models?
I know that everyone will have a...
No. How do you know?
Let me answer.
Yeah,
I know that everyone will have a story to tell on how it is.
Brother, I'm talking about qualified historians, published...
Qualified to you, according to you.
No, wait. Don't have this attitude. Do you have a degree?
No, I don't have a degree. What does that mean?
No, I'm just trying to... I'm not
you
trying
follow
to...
a prophet that was illiterate. What does that mean?
No, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. How far did you go in your education? This is wallahi, by Allah, I'm not asking you this.
I just did a business. I just did a business course, and I'm an actor by trade. I do mainly an actor.
No problem. That's brilliant. I mean, you have a field, and you're an expert in the field. No problem. But it's not something degrading to not study a certain field.
Course,
no
I don't
problem.
know
Because I don't know most things.
Yeah. You got master history, right?
My field is history.
Yeah.
Okay, and I read some of these books on these models. Okay, that's why talking to someone who hasn't read them or read about them, it's very difficult to convince you to have one position or the other, because you're not aware of these models.
Why must you convince me? Why?
I don't have to convince you. No, I don't have to convince you.
So what have you read on so far?
Atlantic slave trade.
No, I'm talking about the Arab Muslim slave trade.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about Atlantic slave trade?
Because I know. What I'm saying to you is,
Arab first.
the Trans-Saharan slave trade.
Why?
Because
the Christians were not involved. Because the Christians were not involved there.
No.
You know.
Christians and Muslims.
So which?
No, we need the Arabs.
Yeah. Wait. We will do Arabs first.
Yeah.
But why are you avoiding Atlantic slave trade?
No, the Arabs first.
No.
Before that.
Yeah, the Arabs.
No. Wait. This is your hatred of the Arabs.
I know what they've done. I know what they've done. I don't hate Arabs.
How do you know what they've done?
They were there for more than 13 centuries.
Brother,
this is something you can just Google.
Okay,
you know,
what did they do? Google what? Google what? Google.
Okay, let's do an objective question to Google. Yeah, let's do an objective question.
Yeah.
So it don't look like I'm lying, right? I'm not lying. Okay.
No. Before you Google,
Go.
let's talk about something. We'll Google. No problem. Google all the way.
Yeah.
But can I just Google this?
Yeah. No, we can. Wait. You said I know. You said I know what they've done.
What?
You said I know what they've done.
Yes.
What did they do?
They enslaved Africans. They castrated Africans.
No, they didn't.
Indoctrinated Africans.
No. This is what you don't know. You don't know what you're talking. Islam.
No,
First of all.
I'm not attacking Islam.
Okay.
Islam don't teach them to do that.
Islam forbids. Yeah.
I'm talking about how Islam
So
got to
don't.
Africa.
Okay. When you say Arabs,
Okay,
what type of? You have to define. No, wait. Relax. Yeah. No. Because Muslims were not only Arabs and Arabs were not only Muslims.
Right. Yeah. I know this.
Wait.
They're Christian Arabs.
Slave trade was an enterprise. Okay. Facilitated by Christians.
Yeah, and Arabs.
Muslims.
And Arabs
Wait. Muslims. People who spoke the Arabic language without. No. Let me finish. If you let me finish, you will understand. If you stop me in my tracks, you're not gonna. Okay. People who spoke Arabic and were not Arabs, and people who did speak Arabic and who were Arabs. Okay. People who were Dutch, who were English, French, Portuguese. Okay. Catholics, Protestants. Okay. Germans later on, okay? All these people were involved.
Yes.
But the most brutal form of slavery ever to exist in
gonna hand it
human
over
history.
to-
No, wait, relax. You can, there are two things now. Either you teach me or I teach you.
I don't mind learning.
Because
I don't mind
no.
learning.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
have
mind
ego.
learning.
I don't
Okay,
have ego.
okay, no
I'm
problem.
not here to- I'm here to learn.
Okay. Then you teach. If you, by Allah, I'm willing to learn. If you don't teach me,
We're having a conversation.
okay. So don't, because when you're gonna make a claim, my brother, I'm gonna stop you there. Because if I make a
I'm trying
claim,
to prove my claim to you.
no,
Don't want to
you haven't proved nothing. Wait. If I make a claim, stop me and say, prove it.
You don't have it.
Okay. Don't assume that I am trying to defend atrocities committed by people who spoke Arabic or who were ethnically Arab.
Right, I don't believe
Absolutely
it
not.
like that. Hell
Never.
no. Yeah.
Never. I represent my religion. And my religion has set boundaries, clear lines.
Yep.
Okay, what happened in Atlantic slave trade could never possibly take place under the rule of Islam. Or under,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
okay. Because first of all, let's talk about what happened in Atlantic slave trade. Okay,
first.
these
First, let's talk about what happened there first. Let's talk about what happened first. The Arabs were there first.
Where?
The Arabs were there in Africa first. In conquest.
Where?
Senegal, North Africa, West Africa.
This guy.
They were there.
You're foaming in the mouth as if you're going to collapse. Brother, relax.
Wait, can we get foundation? I am not attacking Christianity. I am not attacking Islam. They don't tell you to do these things. What I'm saying to you.
Look, you're claiming things.
Arab first.
I'm going to ask you to put, what did the Arabs do?
All right.
They enslaved the brass.
They enslaved the
No,
black
can
people.
you need his help. You need his help. He's upset. He's upset. He's not happy that he has already shown I'm not a historian. Still not happy.
No, you're a historian.
Still not
I
happy.
believe
No.
I've been watching you for years, so I know.
He is upset. He's upset.
I'm not upset.
He's angry. He's angry at the University of London that they gave me a master's degree.
They just taught the Arabs slavery, and they pushed
No,
them.
brother, relax. Look, he is angry because the University of London gave me a master's degree in history. That's why he's angry. He wants to go.
It's Cambridge.
You should
Cambridge. Cambridge.
Okay,
You
wait.
claim to be
You
Cambridge.
should
Cambridge.
from tomorrow. Go outside the University of London, okay, and pitch a protest that how can you give the master's certificate?
It's not.
How can you?
Cambridge.
I'm going to tell you who to give the degree to.
Cambridge. It's not University of London. Cambridge.
No, go and tell.
You claim
Listen,
to be a
brother,
Cambridge
brother,
historian.
brother,
You say
go.
you're a Cambridge historian.
No, brother,
It's
I'm
Cambridge.
I said that
I'm a
before.
Cambridge.
You said you're a
I'm a
Cambridge
Cambridge published historian. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
You know what I mean?
And you claim
Yeah,
them-
yeah.
and you
The
claim them-
University of
oh,
London. Yeah.
And
yeah.
you claim the Muslims are the first.
Brother.
So why'd you claim the
Look,
Cambridge?
I don't like to do this, but I'm gonna.
Oh,
have to.
yeah.
Wait. Look.
They teach nonsense. The universities, you see, they lied. It's
Okay.
like they show you this. That's what the universities they do.
Oh, you got 70K? Okay.
Wait.
No, I don't want to be filmed.
Cambridge.
Okay, that's Cambridge University
Yeah,
Press.
Cambridge University Press, yeah.
That's my research paper, published,
Adnan, Rashid, yeah.
peer reviewed, with or co-authored.
the Dean of
Okay, so you confirm? Wait.
Yeah.
So I'm a Cambridge published
Yeah,
historian.
yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but you don't say London.
So now go and do something against the Cambridge scholars and go and do protest. Go and protest.
About
Their system.
yeah, you know, he said it. That's
Yeah.
You see, they teach him wrong.
So now.
No, when you're talking down the truth,
Now he's angry.
I'm not angry.
He said he doesn't have the
No, Cambridge is rubbish. Cambridge, they teach nonsense. You should see
Everyone, Cambridge University is rubbish.
He's rubbish.
Come to what's your name? Come to what's your name?
Mansour.
No.
Call me Mansour.
No. What's your name? Come, what's your name?
Mansour.
Let me even search this up before.
It's rubbish.
I'm gonna call him Desmond Tutu. Okay? Come to the University of Desmond Tutu if you want to get proper history
I'm
degrees.
telling you, Cambridge is rubbish. You see, they took all these professors there. They are liars. If you go
Okay.
there,
No. Wait. Close it. You have obviously, you have perceptions, you have conceptions.
We all do.
Okay, we all do. Right. My perceptions and conceptions are based upon my studies and my research. No
problem.
Okay. That may not necessarily be the case with you. You might have heard things, you might have seen propaganda on TV. You might have watched documentaries made by these Christian missionaries. A bunch of liars.
He's not Christian.
He's a Christian, I think.
No,
No, he's not Christian.
over my dead body.
African spiritualist. That's what I am.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what he is.
To follow
Okay.
Jesus.
We're not
No
Christian.
problem.
We don't do that.
Again.
No problem.
Again, yeah, again. Hell no.
Why do I follow Jesus?
Okay. So now, when you say Arabs did this, Arab did that,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you what? Without you going to the Google research, you no because you have conceptions.
Yeah.
You are actually putting them out publicly. I'm gonna question you where and how, and if you don't have answers for me, then you say, look, I don't know. I'm going to go back and do research. Okay. Otherwise, don't make claims. Because if I make a claim, I'm going to tell you.
You are building a criteria of what you want to hear. So
No.
I'm telling you this.
No.
I'm giving you my level of research. I may not be as educated as you, and I don't believe so. I believe
No,
you're way more educated.
I'm not
than
trying
me.
to put you down.
Anyway.
No, please don't think that I'm trying to degrade you or to
No, but it's evident that you're more educated than me. But it's something you should know that I know.
I don't like to say it.
Yeah.
But when I meet professors like Desmond Tutu, then I have to put. They have to show. Look, sometimes you have to show. Come on, please,
No
I'm
problem.
not just
That's not
pretending.
me. That's not me. I took this to someone else. This is another
So,
black guy now. This is
so,
a black
so
guy.
there are people like this, you know. So
But he's educated though. He's way more educated than me.
and I have met people in the park far more educated than I am, and I've learned from them.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the Arab conquest, who happened to be Muslim. I'm not saying they represent Islam properly.
Yeah.
They were there for more than
Where?
13th century
Where?
in Africa.
Where?
In Africa.
Africa's big.
Enslaving.
Africa's big.
That's the thing.
Where?
North Africa, West Africa especially. and West Africa.
Wait. When you make a blanket claim, you need to explain to me where did the Arabs go and did what?
Enslaving people.
Where?
In Africa.
Africa is a big continent.
Nearly 15. You're playing this geographical
No. I'm not. You're making a claim. I went into the skies.
Okay.
And I found an island or I found a planet. I'm going to ask you where, what are the dimensions?
Okay, let's play a geographical game. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, before the Arab-Muslim slave trade, Senegal were never Muslim. They were never Muslim. After the Arabs came there and started engaging with them through trade, through enslaving, through colonialism, they embraced it. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. When the Brits be fair now. When the British came to Ghana, or the Portuguese came to Ghana, before them we weren't Christian. We was a can. We weren't there. And after them, it shows you there's been a change. It's like with language.
Okay.
There's a reason why
Relax. You're going too fast, brother. Wait, relax. Senegal. Yeah.
It's like with language. Same thing with language. There's a reason why today Angola speak Portuguese, but they won't speak.
Please.
It shows you it's colonial receipts, evidence of invasion.
Now you mentioned Senegal. Very good. Now I like this conversation because you're very specific now.
Yeah.
Which Muslim army went to Senegal? Oh, you mean
This is
please. No. You don't. You made a claim. Wait. Did you all hear his claims? He said Senegal. Arab Muslims, when they colonized, they enslaved, they traded, all of these things you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you, who colonized Senegal?
Arabs.
When?
That's why I showed you. I can bring it up for you.
No, wait. You're making a claim from your mind. You're clearly very intelligent. Now you have to tell me now which Muslim army went to Senegal.
I don't know the party. He may know. I don't know this specific. I don't know why that's important.
Okay. First of all, let me explain to you. You know about the Sokoto Jihad.
No, I don't know about that.
You know about it?
No, I don't know about it.
You don't know about it? Okay. Did you know who these people were? No, you clearly don't know, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I just said that.
It were the Africans who were Muslims based in northern Nigeria, okay, parts of Niger, okay, who went throughout this region conquering, okay, what we call the Sokoto Empire. Go and check it out.
Sokoto.
The Arabs. Sokoto, yes.
Empire.
Yeah, the Sokoto Empire.
Have you been to Sokoto?
Yeah.
Have you been to Sokoto? They are Fulani.
Can you?
They were Fulani.
Yeah. You're making a point.
They were
Thank you.
Fulani
Yeah,
boys.
you're making a point.
The
So
Muslims
they were
used them,
Africans.
the Fulani.
They were
That's what
Africans
they are still
who
doing.
had embraced Islam,
They are the
and they
Fulani.
went and conquering all this
That's what
territory
they are still doing.
in the 18th
I've
century,
been
late
to Sokoto.
18th century, early
I've been
19th
to
century.
Niger.
Go and check out Sheikh
How
Uthman
did they get that
Danfodio.
No, how did they get that? Before they conquest, how did they
They
get that?
embraced it. They embraced it. Yeah. They embraced this religion.
I'll have to search that up.
Search that
I'll have
up.
to search that. I want to find out how they got
Yes,
that.
yeah. Let me explain, brother.
Okay,
I'm
cool,
telling
cool. Yeah.
I have a lecture maybe you can go and take some benefit from it. I have a lecture online titled Usman Danfodio. Sheikh Usman Danfodio. There is a lecture on my YouTube channel. Check it out, where I explain how the Sokoto Empire came to power and where Islam came to them. No army came to conquer them. They were never forced to accept Islam. Da'wah, what we call proselytization. Missionaries came in, they preached to them, they accepted Islam willingly, they became strong Muslims, and they wanted to go out.
Okay. Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
So you're wait. Relax. Wait. No summary. No summary. So your claim about Senegal and the Arab armies coming and brutalizing them and enslaving them is false. Yeah. Now let's go. Usman Danfodio. That lecture. This is the lecture.
He's lying.
Anyway,
This is the lecture. Usman Danfodio.
Is that Nigerian man?
No, that's me.
Nigerian man?
That's me.
Oh, that's you. I couldn't tell with the.
That's me in the African thobe.
Yeah, but you know what you say? Are you getting it from the authentic Nigerian people?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me summarize my point.
No, go and check his history. Sheikh Usman Danfodio.
Danfodio went to offer ignoring.
Oh, Sokoto Empire. Sokoto Empire. Sokoto.
In Africa.
He was a Fulani man. Usman Danfodio. There were two.
All right. Just so the cameras can see, yeah. Just so I don't look crazy. All right. This is my summarizing point. All right.
What is it?
The Arab-Muslim slave trade, also known as the Trans-Saharan trade or Eastern slave trade, is recognized as the longest in history, spanning over 1,300 years. It forcibly removed millions of Africans from their homeland, subjecting them from brutal conditions while labeled in foreign lands.
Click the website.
Now the website matters.
No, click the website.
Now the website matters.
Click the website. What website is this?
This is let me see. Fairplanet.org.
Okay, what is who's
It's
writing?
not a good one.
No, because I'll tell you, a lot of these. No, wait. What we'll do is how about going to an academic, a qualified historian from an institution who has written a book on this phenomenon. How about not going to Christian missionary websites?
That's not.
How about, no, because a lot
Christian,
of these.
I'm not
no,
Christian,
no,
though.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
you can't just Google. Because if you Google Muhammad or Islam, you know what you're going to get?
What am I going to get?
You're going to get a lot of Christian missionary websites lying from their backsides, lying through their backsides. Okay, so these people, because their religion has failed, Christians, missionaries, their religion has failed. What they do to stop?
All Abrahamic religions, they're all the same. To me, you're
no problem. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about Abraham?
I believe you're all cousins. You're all cousins. You're all Semitic culture.
But then how are they false? Just because they're
No, I'm not saying
cousins?
they're false. I'm not saying. I'm not. I have a belief system.
Do you believe in God? Do you
I
believe in God?
Yeah.
You believe in
But
one God?
Yeah, I believe in one God. It's called
One
Yanka
God.
Pone.
Okay, is that God all powerful, all wise,
All
or
powerful.
is
It's how we understand it. It's
no
how we
problem?
understand
No
it solely.
problem.
Yeah, subjective.
No.
How do you understand?
You know Osman Danfodio, he took some of the North Africans to, they were going to Mecca. He saw a lot of them on the road, and some of them even stuck in Sudan now. Sudan, we have got the Hazard tribe there. He took them from there.
So the bottom line is what we're discussing. Slave trade has been a human phenomenon. There is no denying of the role of all human beings in this process. What you have to understand is when people put them all in one basket deliberately. For example, because Atlantic slave trade was conducted for 400 years, okay, by Christians mainly, by Christians mainly, okay, and Muslims are also part of it, by the way. No.
That's how
Of course, brother. So if you let me finish, because sometimes there were Muslim rulers who had recently become Muslims in West Africa, places like Senegal. I'll give you one clear example of this. Okay.
Morocco also.
Okay. There is a man called Job Ben Solomon. Okay, Ayuba Suleiman Diallo. Okay, go to National Portrait Gallery in London, in Trafalgar Square. You will see his portrait there. It's one of the highlights. Okay, this was an African man with a turban. You will see with the Quran hanging in his neck. He was an African prince. Okay, Diallo. I'm pretty sure he was Fulani. Okay, from Senegal, right? And he came to sell slaves. He was a Muslim now, and he was a scholar, right? His father was a king who had become a Muslim recently. So they had a war with another tribe. They captured slaves and they came to sell them. The Africans, the problem is most of them had no idea what the white man
was doing to
them and on the other side. They thought, because in Africa, slavery was a household thing. You bring a slave to your house, he's just simply taking care of your cattle, and it's part of the family. Having this, she or he, whoever, right? They had no idea because 99% of the Africans were not coming back. They were not coming back. I'm trying to teach people. You're not willing to learn. You're not here to learn. Okay. Right. So stop.
Yeah. Remember, he's African too, so this information is very important.
So when Africans were selling slaves, other Africans, they thought this is like our slavery, like what we do. But they had no idea what the Europeans were. So this is why Muslims and non-Muslims and traditional Africans were all involved in this, right? Because it was part of the culture already.
Right.
Slavery was there before Islam and Christianity came to Africa.
Unfortunately,
you say unfortunately.
No, sadly, I don't like slavery. I don't like slavery.
Who likes slavery?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, unfortunately.
But for the Africans, it was part of the culture. It was part of the social fabric. Okay, so because Africans. Tribes are always fighting each other. Sometimes they had harmony, sometimes like any other nation, So it was already there, right? So when the Europeans came, so when they started offering guns and cloth and commodities, they said, okay, sugar, anything, So they said, okay, take our slaves and give us. So they had no idea how these slaves are being traded. Okay, so like this, Ayuba Suleiman came to sell slaves, and he himself got captured. He was sent to Maryland. Long story short, you must study him. There's a very good book I would strongly recommend. It is called Servants of Allah. Servants of Allah. Okay, you're just talking about Africa. Even Muslims, 30% of the people who were sent across the Americas were Muslims. Okay, 30. No, and because they themselves suffered. Muslims themselves suffered as a result. So there is this book titled "Servants of Allah" by Sylviane A. Diouf. Okay, Sylviane A. Diouf is an excellent, West African, So this is an excellent book that documents the history of Suleiman bin Ayub or Suleiman Diallo. And other biographies. And if you want to specifically read on him, then there is a book titled "Fortunate Slave." It was published by Oxford University. It's a biography of this very man. So it tells you the story of a Muslim who came to sell slaves, okay, and he himself got captured, okay, and he was sent to Maryland. There he was trying to pray, and he couldn't pray, and he was frustrated, so he ran away. Then he ran away. They caught him, and then they realized this guy is not an ordinary slave. There's something different about him because he was highly educated. He was a Muslim scholar. He had memorized the Quran by heart.
So I got no problem with this.
No, I'm trying to explain something.
How Islam and Christianity got to Africa. That's what I'm
that's
trying
a
to
separate. That's a separate discussion.
No, but that's what I'm proving today. You already agree.
It depends where and when. It depends where and when.
I don't believe. Abrahamic religion is good for black people.
So there are black people. Half of Africa is Muslim. There are black Muslims who would die for Islam. Okay, and you can't call them traitors. Yeah, they're Christians too. Absolutely. So likewise. Africans are a very welcoming, loving people.
But we've had older systems than your books.
No.
We are older than Adam and Eve. We are older than this
So what?
We are older than this stuff. How can these Abrahamic books cannot dictate my history?
No,
if I've existed before.
No, they don't have to. They don't have to.
Who's the first man and woman? You would say Adam and Hawa, isn't it?
Yes. No.
No, you would say as a Muslim.
No, it can't be Adam.
It can't be.
No.
It cannot be.
So who was it? Huh? Who was it?
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
We don't know.
So how can you claim it can't be Adam?
So because we don't know, you must assert that you know.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We have reasons.
Okay. That's arrogance.
No.
Because I don't know and you don't know. No.
When.
That's a book. No. You have no evidence.
Let me explain.
No evidence.
If you let me explain.
Claim it's God. You have no evidence.
If you let me explain. We believe. We believe. You don't.
I get past
We believe the Quran is from God. Okay, wait, relax. Right.
I agree.
You don't have to agree with that. When we believe in that, we believe every single word of the Quran is true.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. And if the Quran is telling us Adam and Eve are the first humans, then that's